Good morning, good morning. Program Director, just allow me to briefly introduce our highly decorated president. So let me acknowledge the president in our midst and say, President, we are extremely humbled that you really honored us with your presence. Acknowledge the Deputy Minister, Memam Haule, the Director General and all senior officials in the department, members of the Portfolio Committee on Basic Education and Select Committee on Education, Technology and Sports, MECs that were able to be here, heads of provincial education departments, because some of our participants, President, have logged in, so I'm even acknowledging people who are not physically here. All National Teacher Award sponsors, so we are flighting, we really want to thank them and welcome them, because they indeed, with a very stretched budget, make this a very meaningful endeavor. Our finalists, Singabo, Dimelang Abshen, Machero, Muore, and in the line of the President, fellow South Africans. Program Director, it really gives me great pleasure and immense pride to be standing here addressing you on the occasion of the 21st Reimagined National Teaching Awards. Because indeed we have to reimagine the sector again, President. As the Deputy Minister has said, these teaching awards, we pay homage to the men and women for their selfless dedication to the teaching profession. Because indeed our teachers are the bulwark against ignorance, poverty of the mind, and the sluggish economy. As described in the biblical parable, we've gone back to church again with level 1, President. So we have to quote from the great book. The Bible says teachers are the holders of light and they place the metaphorical lamp on a stand. So in my view, that's what teachers are. But those who go on to win the NTA awards are the best of the best. So here we have the top, I don't want to call them dogs, but creme de la creme of our sector. Because they go an extra mile searching for the lamp left negligible under the tables and bring them forth to light the room up. Because education benefits society. It is not a self-serving institution that exists for very nebulous purposes. In the words of eminent African leader Julius Nyerere, he said, education is not a way to escape poverty. Education is a way of fighting poverty. But as a sector, we say, education is not only to prepare you for life, it is life itself. That's what education is. Thus, our teachers are the vital cog in the nation's endeavor to build a lasting democracy, fight disease, fight poverty, and reverse the current economic inertia. Mr. President, through these awards, we seek to honor men and women of fortitude, the trailblazers in the teaching pedagogies and building of our nation. It really pleases me that even our winners here go on to win at an international level. As South Africa, we have presented teachers who win at the AU level, but also at the international platform. So we want to thank all our teachers for staying the course amidst the binding constraints, including the devastation of COVID-19 pandemic. But indeed, we've been completely hemorrhaging from COVID-19. President, it is our teachers who lead our efforts to reboot the system. Because we have to reboot the system. COVID-19 has brought sluggishness. DG from Monday we're on level 1. There's no reason why we do rotational. Everybody back to the office. I'll be in the office from Friday. Steve, I'm in the office the whole day. So let's go back to the office. Teachers have been back to class. All of us, as we are it is our teachers who are going to help us build back better, because we do need to build back better. learning from the experiences of COVID-19, but we still have to continue to remain focused on our commitments for the sixth administration and our commitments to the NDP, and we rely on these teachers. So, Program Director, let me formally introduce our guest of honor, the President of the Republic of South Africa, Mtate Cyril Matamela Ramaphosa. He was born in Soweto, holds a law degree, has several honorary doctorates from local and international universities. He also received the Olof Palme Prize in Stockholm in 1987. He's been involved throughout his life, and I like repeating this. I went to the same high school with the president. And I know him, he was a leader of the Students' Christian Movement. So he's always been there. So I see we count his life when he was at the university, but some of us witnessed him as a leader even as a student during his time at high school. So he's always been there. Studied at TEFLOP in 1974 when we arrived at university. So I also went to the same university. When we arrived, they had already been expelled for 1974 for any more rallies. So he's always been that trailblazer. In 76, the president also was imprisoned during the student uprisings. And the story his office is not telling, so I can tell teachers. He even tried a hand in our sector. He once became a private teacher, I'm told, at Maurice Isaacson during his young days. He's the first General Secretary of the National Union Mine Workers. He was elected in 1991 after the unbanning of the ANC. He was the first Secretary of the ANC, Secretary General of the country. When we went for negotiations, the ANC elected him to lead the negotiations team. They further on, in 1994, he was elected chairperson of the Constitutional Assembly, which wrote our constitution, our new democratic, for the new